shine when the light grows dim. Sing 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Fear of a Flat Planet, presented by Toyota. Today I'm with national team pipe rider Brooke D'Hondt. How are you today?
I'm good, Liam. How are you?
I'm pretty good as well. So what's the season been like so far? Everyone wants to know.
Yeah, the season's been pretty crazy. Definitely a different year, but we started off in South Bay, and then we had a World Cup in Locks, and then I went to, I think, X Games. So that was pretty cool to be there again. Pretty sick. The pipe was pretty crazy, and it was just super sick to be there. And then we went to World Champs in Aspen again after that in the same pipe, which was pretty cool. I wasn't able to put down a run there, but then in the World Cup the following week, I got ninth, which was I was pretty stoked about. One spot out of finals, yeah. And then now I'm in Mammoth, California right now, and I'm just kind of chilling with my friends and cruising around.
Lucky. Looks like it's really warm.
Yeah, it's been really sick. The pipe's closed right now, so I'm trying to get my slope game going.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I heard Lax was your first World Cup.
Pardon? Sorry?
Was Lax your first World Cup?
Yeah, it was.
And you'd been in X Games previous to this, so was it different, or was it like, did you feel more nervous at X Games than you did at Lax? Or I know they're both really big competitions.
I was definitely more nervous at X Games. I was trying to be a little more chill for the World Cup, and I didn't put down a run there either. I kind of was struggling this year to put down runs, but it was still super fun. That pipe's the best pipe ever. Yeah.
Okay. So I did a few runs in it when I was there. And you it is crazy. It feels like no other pipe.
Yeah. Did you see that Valentino got the world record in that pipe?
Yeah. That
was crazy. Yeah.
That is so nuts.
That's definitely the pipe to do it in though. That pipe just puts you right up.
Yeah. It was crazy feeling that, like, the few laps that I rode it that one day. Does that help for like learning stuff, or was it just kind of scary because it sends you like real high?
Yeah, I mean, I like doing stuff bigger personally because then you have more time. It scares me so much watching people learn stuff below the lift. So.
Yeah. Okay. I actually want to talk about that. In your experience with your bag of tricks, what was the hardest trick to learn? Like the trick that took you the longest that you had to, like practice like all the time and finally got it?
Yeah. For me, it's probably like hawk and flip, which is like an inverted cab 7. Okay. I learned it. It took me a while to learn, and then I lost it for a while. I couldn't do it. And then I kind of changed the grab I was doing and got it again. But that one definitely took the longest.
So what do you grab now?
I grab switch melon, but I used to grab switch stale.
Okay. Switch. Okay,
so like front hand
a little bit more.
Yeah, I think it helps me get it around a bit more.
Okay, well, that is super sick. And have you learned lots of tricks this year? Because I know it's been a hard year for a lot of people. I know it's been a great year for a lot of people because there's been no competition. So what's your experience?
Yeah, I mean, this year we had a pretty sick training camp in Calgary. So I learned back 9 there for the first time, which I was pretty stoked about.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, so that's kind of the only one I got this year, but.
And then just lots of competing because a lot of people haven't had the chance to travel, I know. But then
yeah, definitely.
So
yeah, definitely been fortunate enough to travel for sure.
Yeah. And competing in the World Cup circuit for the first time was like that. That's probably different travel year, even circumstances with COVID and everything for you. So
for sure, it was a lot. It was pretty heavy, all the competitions. Even though there wasn't as many as there usually would be, it still felt like a lot for sure.
Yeah, was it tiring?
Yeah, I was pretty exhausted between because we went from Locks right to X Games, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, so that one was a long stretch for me, but.
Yeah, definitely a lot of long trips to avoid like having to quarantine like more than.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like that's kind of why I came here too, because I didn't want to have to go home and sit for 14 days. So. Skipped out on that one.
You were in Aspen before this? Okay.
Yeah, so I just came straight here instead of going home.
That's sick. I wish I was there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool. Okay. I know some people don't like to talk about this sometimes, but what is your opinion, and do you think you have like a good chance at qualifying for the Olympics at this point?
I mean, I think I do, especially because there's not that many girls kind of in the running for half pipe snowboarding.
Yeah,
so
which
I think
could be an advantage, but I guess that kind of
yeah,
some of the younger girls who are trying to get into it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think my results getting ninth at the World Cup kind of helped me a little bit. And then I think if I put a couple runs down next year, I should be pretty good, I think.
I know you've been practicing a bit of slope, but what is your opinion on the other disciplines of snowboarding, like other than pipe? Do you ride slope a lot? Have you ever gone and filmed in the backcountry? I want to know about it.
I mean, I've kind of done everything besides backcountry. Like I used to do gates sometimes and border cross.
Oh,
so I kind of did it all. But yeah, I mean, for sure, backcountry is definitely something I want to get into. I've been watching Juliet, and I'm so jealous of her with her sled and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely something I want to do too. And then do you ride much slope at COP, or is it just always pipe? Because it's usually
I mean, this year I felt like I was kind of crunched for time always, because I always felt like there was another comp, so I didn't really ride jumps as much as I would have liked to. So I'm really happy that I get to just kind of do whatever I want out here with no pressure of a competition coming up or anything.
Yeah, and Mammoth's Park looks so sick right now.
Yeah, it's so good. There's just so many sick hips and stuff to jib on.
Yeah, they have a lot of transition in their park too, which is good. And then, so that is something you want to go film in the backcountry, you know?
Yeah, that's definitely something I'd be stoked on.
Yeah, that's definitely something I want to do too. But it's definitely like the least accessible of
for sure. Yeah,
of snowboarding.
Yeah, I feel like you kind of got to make it, and then you can get on those trips.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of like that tends to be like a later in the career kind of.
Yeah, for sure. Unless you're loaded and can go on heli trips.
Yeah, that would be sick. Okay, I have a question for you. If you could grab one of the Canada Snowboard Toyota trucks and you could bring 3 people and go wherever you want, I want to know who you would bring and where you would go.
Okay, do I have to know the people, or can it just be like any?
No, it can be anyone. It can be pro snowboarder. It can be like
okay.
It can be whoever.
Okay, I think I would take the Toyota 4Runner, and I think I would take Danny Davis, Jamie Anderson, and who's a good third one? Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll take one of my friends.
It's hard to choose. Yeah. Okay, and then where would you go? It doesn't necessarily have to be somewhere you can drive. You can just
Okay, I think I would go to Alaska for sure.
Alaska. You would ride backcountry or get like a private half pipe built in the mountain?
Ooh, that's tough. I don't know. I think backcountry for sure.
Yeah.
Just powder all day.
That's sick. I definitely want to go to Alaska at some point.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you said you would bring Jamie, Danny, and one of your friends.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm assuming Danny Davis for pipe and Jamie being a girl. Are those some of your like inspirations in snowboarding? Those people who you look up to?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I love Danny Davis's style, and I love that he's just like not really spinning to win it, and he's still like using his own style to still succeed, I guess, kind of. And then I really like Jamie because I don't know, she's just such an outgoing person. I met her a few times and had some pretty good experiences with her. So and I mean, I love watching her snowboard too. Her style's so sick.
Snowboarder for sure, both of them. Okay, and have you done any switch methods like Danny, like 20 feet up?
Oh my god, I want to. I'm working on it. I'm trying. It's so hard. It looks mellow, and then you do it, and
that is definitely probably the most deceiving trick in snowboarding.
Yeah.
It's
definitely not easy. It's so hard.
Okay. So when you were younger, like I know you said you did gates and like racing or whatever, or border cross. Were you still looking up to those people, or like, and when you started? When you were
I'm gonna be honest. Like when I started, I wasn't like, I did it, but I wasn't like into it. I didn't really watch it that much when I was like super young.
Yeah.
Really know who anybody was, and then I guess I got into like slopes down half pipe. Then I kind of obviously started watching it more, and then kind of picked who I liked watching the best.
Okay, sick. When did you start snowboarding?
I started snowboarding, I think when I was like 5.
5 years old. Was it at COP?
Yeah, first time at COP.
Like on the bunny hill?
Yeah, on the magic carpet.
Okay, and then what discipline did you compete in for the very first time?
Very first, I think it was border cross.
That's kind of sick. I've never competed in border cross, actually.
Really? It's
And then
so fun.
You got into racing from there?
Yeah, that's kind of, I guess, how I started. And then I realized like you can't really compete FIS or anything till you're like 15. And I was like, oh, that's so far away. So then started doing pipe and slip style.
Did you ride like the hard boots, like the ski boots?
No. I did have a race board though. I had a couple of race boards, but I never rode hard boots.
Oh, okay. How are the race boards?
They're so fun. They're so fun to carve on because they're pretty stiff, and usually like you ride a bit longer than what like your normal snowboard is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like them. They're super fun to rip around on.
How old were you when you decided like, no, I don't want to do this. I want to like go do tricks in slope and pipe? How old were you?
Maybe like 11 or 12, I think probably.
Okay.
I think I was like 12. Yeah.
And then did you join the Win Sport team, I guess?
So I started on like Riders on Board when I was maybe like 8 or 9, something like that. And then I did border cross with them, and I did a bit of slope style with them, but I really wasn't loving it there. And that's when I was still kind of into border cross a little bit. So then I joined like a race team. Like
that's funny.
But yeah, I was on there for like 2 years, and then I joined like Josh Duncan's like half pipe team when I was like 13.
Okay, sick. And then from there, were you ever on Next Gen, or you just go straight to the national?
Yeah, I was on Next Gen when I was like 14. So like last season I was on it.
And then you're on the national team this year.
Yeah.
You're moving up quick. Okay, that's sick. Another thing I want to talk about, do you listen to music when you snowboard?
So I used to, and then recently I stopped. Like the last 2 competitions, I just decided that I was gonna try something different, and then it kind of worked out better. So now I don't ride with music anymore.
Okay. Do you think?
I think I like it better because then I'm kind of like more in tune with the snow, kind of, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
In like competition scenario, I feel like I can be a little bit more focused and kind of think a little bit more about what I need to do instead of just kind of getting in my head with the music and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. But I was gonna ask you also, what would be your like hype song if you're still listening to music, or if you're just cruising by yourself?
I don't know. I love Biggie. Like that's my main go-to.
Okay, I like it.
For snowboarding. So really, like any of his songs get me hyped up.
Okay, that's sick. You're going with the old school rap.
Yeah. I don't know about the new stuff.
Change the topic here. What do you think is your favorite thing about the snowboard community?
Like my favorite thing about snowboarding?
Well, how about let's go with both. Your favorite thing about snowboarding, and then your favorite thing about like the community, the people,
Yeah. Okay. So probably like I guess one of my favorite things kind of is the community and the people I've met and the kind of the places it's taken me. So like I guess more specifically just like cruising, and you don't really have to think about anything, and all your problems just kind of go away, and you're just kind of focusing on what you're doing.
Oh yeah, I can definitely relate to that. It's yeah, that's like the best when you have the best times. You're just having fun. Okay, now what do you think the best thing about the community is, like compared to like other sports, like team sports, or like sports that are like a lot more serious? What do you think is the best thing?
I mean, like before snowboarding, I used to swim race, and it was crazy. Like it was just so competitive, like so much trash talk, and not really enjoyable. But like here, I feel like everyone wants everyone to succeed, kind of, and everyone wants everyone to do well. And I met some of my best friends through snowboarding, and so yeah, I think that's.
Yeah, and I think that's a big part of it for everyone. Now, does that, in your experience, does that change when you get into those like higher level competitions, or between disciplines of snowboarding?
Like as far as like my friends and stuff?
Like, is that vibe kind of the same when you're like racing as opposed to
I mean, I was at X Games with one of my best friends, and it was just so chill. We were just like having fun. And I don't think there was any really like animosity or like I need to beat you or anything like that. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely good. And then what about like from racing compared to like pipe?
Yeah, it definitely felt a little bit more competitive and everyone seemed a little more on edge before we were about to go, but
In racing?
yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes sense, I guess. There's a lot more people that do it,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I mean, in Calgary, like, I mean, in Canada, there wasn't as many R races, but like in the US, there was a lot of people that did it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, then I wanted to ask you about what you think the future of snowboarding will be like as these, like, I don't know if COVID will ever go away. I hope it does, fingers crossed. But as we progress, like in snowboarding, where do you think it's going to go? Is there one discipline that you think is going to like become like the biggest, like the main part of snowboarding, or you think it's going to kind of go like the filming direction, whatever? I want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I think like we've already seen like modified pipes, so I think pipes are definitely going to start to go that way.
Yeah.
And, like where Tour was like that, and now it's super cool to ride and something different. And I think it really separates people because you can kind of see who people who like only ride pipe and people who hit jumps and stuff. It really separates people. So I think definitely that way for pipe. And I don't know, I kind of hope maybe slopestyle goes a bit more like style tricks and who can do like the sickest tweak in like a 10 only or something like that.
Yeah. So I've heard actually like a lot about that, and there's a lot of people saying that they need to like not do quads, but like keep it and like kind of go the style direction. And pipe is coming in the slope as well with like the quarter pipe hits, like hits. So you think it's gonna all like blend together?
I don't know. I think that's definitely possible because I mean that's kind of how it's going. Like, wasn't it in the most recent World Cup that you guys did? It was like a full-on half pipe wall. One of them.
Yeah. So in Coupes in Switzerland, there was like the first rail, and then there was like a pipe hit.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did like a hit,
and you could like tell who rides pipe and like who's never been in a pipe in their lives.
Yeah. It definitely separated some people, and then those jumps were massive too.
Yeah, pretty crazy course.
Okay, I feel like Tour would be the first one to do it, but you think there'll be like one event that all of the riders compete in?
Yeah, I think Tour would do it for sure. Like maybe like a pipe like shorter and then a quarter pipe hit and then one jump at the bottom and a couple of rails.
Yeah, I think that would be sick.
Yeah, I agree. Because I don't know, I feel like so many people just ride half pipe but like just hit jumps and don't actually snowboard.
Okay, I know you've been to like these events, like you've been to X Games twice, you've been to Tour. I think you've been to US Open a few times, correct? What are your like future goals in snowboarding? I know you've already been to these big events that a lot of people talk about, like wanting to go through their whole career, but what's next for you?
I mean, I think definitely the Olympics are coming up, and that's a big goal to me. I definitely want to make finals and then see what happens once I'm in there, maybe go for a medal. And then as far as the other events, hopefully like get back to X Games and keep getting invites there and putting down runs, the best runs I can do, and pushing for the podium.
Yeah, so a lot of progression coming up.
Yeah, hopefully.
And then in the summer, other than that, you skateboard, right? Yeah, okay, that looks fun. And there's so many skate parks in Calgary.
Yeah, they've just gotten a whole bunch of new ones this year, or the past couple of years, I guess. So.
Yeah, that looks so fun. I wish I could skate all the time.
Do you guys not have many skate parks near you?
No, not at all. Not very good either. I wish though. Anyway, I think that's all that I wanted to talk to you about today. Thank you for joining me. Also, thank you to Canada Snowboard, to Skull Candy, and to Toyota for helping put this on. For anyone listening, you can go to the Canada Snowboard website, canadasnowboard.ca. Check out all the new stuff. Like, I'm sure you have some toques, some masks, hoodies.
Yeah, the masks are sick.
Everything. And then you can individually donate to any of the teams. And thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you, Liam.